Welcome to episode 4.
Three of the podcast.
3 of 16 tries.
3 of 16 of Inside Voices, the podcast. I'm your humble host.
That's it.
I'm your
Welcome.
humble host.
That was episode 3. Hope you enjoyed it. We're out.
All right.
Let's get right into it. We all got our COVID vaccines.
Woo!
So I got my microchip.
I got my microchip.
And I can still
Yeah.
feel it in there.
Not
They say
one
it's
of
sore because they press it into the muscle.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
No, I got it. Oh, yeah.
They press
Right
it into
there.
the muscle. They press it into the muscle, and so I am microchip. There's so when I went to get it, there was guys protesting outside of the vaccination clinic.
Hello?
There's guys protesting outside of the vaccination clinic.
Really?
Do they have like signs?
Yeah,
And,
they had
like,
signs.
Oh boy.
Are you serious?
Yep. Bill, it was saying all sorts of stuff, bills and everything.
Wait, what?
Probably against like human
Bills
rights.
like human right. I don't know, bills.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Freedom or choice not or freedom not choice. I don't know what the hell. It was just a bunch of stuff.
Good lord. Like how many of
But
them?
guess what the people looked like? Do you think they looked like businessmen?
Were they Chinese?
No, they didn't look like businessmen though.
You know, there's so much misconception.
I'm pretty sure they were farmers.
There's so much misconception with the COVID vaccine to the point where people
Think this is a real vaccine.
this is not a
We're
vaccine.
getting microchipped, man.
This is sugar water and vaccine
No.
microchips.
No.
no people. There's so much people are like, oh, they can't produce a vaccine this quickly and all that, and so they did.
Well,
What
not
you don't
only
realize,
that,
well, hold on. But what you don't realize is when you have a population of 7 billion people and all of them are working towards trying to end the pandemic, that you could probably do some pretty crazy things.
that is 100% true. But also, they used like what?
Science from the
Yeah,
other
science-
vaccines? Yeah.
they
like
use
from
science-
They use
SARS.
science from the 1800s,
Because
man.
the COVID-19 strain is very, very similar to the SARS. So they took
Yeah.
the research and
Well,
the science
actually, I saw
from
a guy-
that pandemic.
I saw a guy saying swine flu's vaccine was so dangerous that they said that you have imminent death and you can get compensation for it. And I said, you realize that's not true, right?
Compensation for death?
Why would
For
they?
imminent death. So, no, you're going to get it before you die. Or the family can get it after you die. Because imminent death. But this is the thing. These are anti-vaxxers. The same people that said that they're happy they didn't get vaccines as a kid because they're not autistic, which is nice. Because vaccines cause autism, apparently.
That's a huge controversy.
But it
It
doesn't
is.
cause autism. Though.
Well,
That's
you
the
know, there's a lot of
No,
people that
hold
even
on.
believe that there's like human. Well, I don't. Like,
The
this is the
reason-
thing.
no,
one
hold
knows
on.
enough except for the people
Listen,
making.
the reason people say it causes autism is because they cannot believe
That their
they
kid
had a
has
kid
it.
that had autism, and so
Because they
it's
need an
the
answer.
it's the flu shots. They got a flu shot or tetanus shot, and that's what happened. No, it's just the fact that you had an autism as a kid. It happens.
So here in Canada, in Ontario specifically, they just took AstraZeneca off the shelf, so now we can't get it in the grocery store anymore. No,
but that was
we
You
can't.
get it in the
We
grocery
are
store.
we are not administering first doses of AstraZeneca. To
But this is
anybody.
the thing: is they went through this already, and then they banned it already.
Yeah,
They
and
said
then
we
they
can't-
brought it
and
back.
the states did, and then they brought it back.
Well, they
so I
said,
don't understand that.
They said that when it first happened, it was only like 4 people, and they're
They,
like,
they
it
did
might-
it for precaution.
But
Yeah.
it might only be another 4
and
people.
they did precautionary. And what they said was that these people already had pre-existing conditions, this and that.
Okay, but see, this is the thing. If they were saying that and then they pulled it off the shelves again, clearly when they say that stuff, it's bullcrap because they said it's pre-existing conditions, and they also said you have a higher chance of blood clots from catching COVID. Then they said Pfizer and Moderna have had more cases of blood clots than AstraZeneca, and now they just pulled it off the shelves
Well,
again.
this is the thing.
So do they just? I think they just bullshit to people.
Well, no, this is what happens. Imagine you spend like, I don't know how much, but billions. They spent billions developing this vaccine.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It doesn't help their cause.
Of course not. Now
It's not helping their cause.
Now everyone's going to look at AstraZeneca, and if they ever have to be the people to make vaccines in the future, everyone's going to be like, "Oh, AstraZeneca's back, guys."
Yeah, but this is the thing. Nobody's ever gonna get the AstraZeneca again because of this. But also,
Well, no, that's not true. They might get second dose of AstraZeneca.
I know, but this is the thing. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying people are not gonna feel comfortable with it. But
No, of
also,
course.
people are not gonna believe what they're saying about COVID. If they're saying,
Well, yeah.
"Oh, AstraZeneca, you have COVID has a higher chance of blood clots, and so does Pfizer and Moderna," but now they're pulling it off the shelves for a
Yeah,
second
because
time.
now there's misinformation campaigns. This is the problem. This is what I talked to Ali about. There has to be an ethical board like in capitalism, because we have companies who are private who are making medicine for the public.
You'll never get that because
So
this
they
is
can
a
do whatever.
billion-dollar
Yeah,
industry.
and they can do whatever they want. So now we had a company, and we don't know enough. No one knows enough except for AstraZeneca and the scientists studying it. We don't know if the blood clots are happening widely enough for this to be necessary, or if this is another precaution, or if there was a cover-up before. Like, we don't know, and that's a problem when everyone is always doubting.
Look, he's getting passionate now.
Everyone doubts everything. Like,
I know, but this
people
is the
doubt
thing.
it's real. People
But
doubt
this
we're
is
in
why
microchips.
they're
Like,
this is why they're doubting it.
Yeah.
Because they come out and say this, then they
Yeah.
double down on this,
Yeah.
then they pull back, then they double down again, they triple down,
and this is what I'm
and
saying.
then they pull back again.
We need to just have clear and concise information.
But-
there can't be misinformation.
But first of all, if they're pulling AstraZeneca off the shelf, off the thing too quickly, and then they took it off too quickly both times, because the first time they brought it off, they put it right back on. They got to think of this stuff before, because you're not helping your cause.
Well, this is the
You,
thing. Like,
you
these
can't say
companies
this is
have so
safer
much
than
power.
Pfizer and Moderna, and then pull that off the shelf, because then people are going to go, holy crap, how dangerous are Pfizer and Moderna now? Maybe they just have so much they can't pull it off the
But
shelf.
this is the problem. We have now, because, okay, if us three had companies, ideally we would want people to believe that we are trying to make a medicine that's going to cure them. That this is what people are thinking. The real problem is you're competing with me, I'm competing with her.
Yeah,
she's
because I got
competing with
Moderna,
you.
he got Pfizer. This is
Everyone is
competition
competing
now.
with each other because everyone is trying to make money. Because if the government is not buying our vaccines, then we literally just lost all the R&D that we put into this
We call
product.
them jabs, by the way.
And it's crazy. This isn't medicine to these people. This is their product. This is like Coca-Cola selling their drinks in the grocery store.
See, he doesn't
This is
smoke
how
weed
they
to
make
survive.
money.
He doesn't smoke weed to get high. He smokes weed to survive. That's
Like
what he's saying.
it's crazy that these companies, I feel like they have almost no
I know, but
liability.
okay, hold on. What happened to Johnson and Johnson?
I never
That's
trusted the
You,
company.
you
Very,
can't
very
get
well.
the vaccine anymore.
Why?
In
I don't
America, it's like
What?
Johnson Johnson.
They go banned
No, in America, it's like one of the biggest.
Yeah, it's banned here
runs.
though.
for what?
I don't think I've ever heard of someone in Canada getting Johnson.
I
and
haven't.
Johnson.
No.
They might just not have enough to ship.
Yeah,
I
I,
think
don't think.
I think they
Canada's
brought.
like bought many of those.
Yeah, we
ones.
might not be able to buy that.
They
Yet.
should, because that's a one-time dose.
I think America.
Yeah, but
mostly bought that one.
it seems like every vaccine, the science behind it's different, so they all function differently.
Yeah, well, apparently
Yeah,
the
so-
AstraZeneca one's the safest one, and they just pulled it off the shelf. So clearly, none of them are very safe.
AstraZeneca, it looks like it was not a good one for the boys.
It's a
Let's see.
lose-lose situation though, because if they don't
Novavax.
take it off,
That's another one, right?
I don't know. There's like an off-brand one. I don't really remember the name.
Novavax
I don't know.
is developing combination of flu and COVID-19 vaccine.
So Pfizer is actually coming out with a pill, like that you basically take. It's like a cold and
So
flu
hold on.
pill.
Norway now is Norway should exclude AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson vaccines from COVID-19.
Search why. I see why people are avoiding Johnson and Johnson. Okay, so Johnson
Well,
and Johnson.
it says Johnson & Johnson vaccine recommended for Canadians 30 and older, despite risk
So they
of
have
rare
blood
blood
clot, too.
clots. They're blood clotting.
So it's a blood clot thing, I guess.
well, like literally almost all medication, the whole world has blood clot like risks and stuff.
Yeah, but this is the
people
thing.
are just jumping on.
But
this.
okay, like I said, blood clots technically aren't. They're deadly in certain scenarios.
They're not
very rare.
going to kill you 100% of the time.
But what happens if you said when you get the vaccine, you have to take aspirin for a week. 2 pills of aspirin a day. It's a blood thinner. That's what people that have blood clots take. It's a blood thinner.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can even take CBD oil. It's a blood thinner.
Yeah, but okay, let's go with aspirin because it's FDA approved as a blood thinner. You can't go, everybody takes CBD and then they all start dying because CBD, because it's not regulated enough for them to be like, oh yeah, this is strong enough to promote the thinning of blood. No,
Yeah.
you need to take like aspirin or something.
And then you have the people who don't believe in anything going, dude, just eat mushrooms and some grass.
Well, they say
Like-
strengthen your immune system, but the thing is, you don't know how it's gonna. They are so confident, and then they end up on ventilators. There's like
Oh, you're talking
30-year-olds on
about like, the people
ventilators.
who don't believe it?
I'm talking about the people that are like, don't even get your vaccine because you're young and you're
Anti-
strong.
The thing,
There's
yeah.
athletes, and these are
Oh,
guys.
there's people who
Hold on,
got it so
hold on.
bad.
These are guys that are 30 years old, mildly overweight and stuff. There's legitimate athletes that are in the ICU.
Mhm.
So it's like, do you really want
And
to
they
take that
can't,
risk?
and they're getting it bad. They're on ventilators and
Yeah, I
everything.
know.
Like,
There's
people
people that are
die.
medically
yeah.
induced comas.
This is the thing. It's not dangerous to a lot of people. Like it has a very low what is it called? When it kills you, what is it called?
Mortality.
It has a
rate?
very low mortality rate, but the thing is,
But that's because so many people have gotten it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you fall into the category of people who are just susceptible for some reason, even despite being healthy and whatever, and you end up in the ICU and something bad happens and like you're all fucked up after, that's
It's
So
just
hold
like
on.
you
What are you
never know.
So that when they pulled AstraZeneca out, because there's been 8 cases total of rare blood clots from
Eight,
AstraZeneca.
like,
that's nothing.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's nothing, but the problem is that it's
Well, how
high
many
enough
people
that
have gotten
people
it?
are going to start to
Okay.
be worried.
Yeah.
If
Well,
8 people out of how many people?
One person they'd be
Hold on.
worried.
Yeah,
8
but-
people out of how many people do you think would take for them to pull the shot? So they pulled it out of 8 people. How many people do you think have gotten it? I have the number right here.
What do you mean?
8 people have gotten blood clots and they
Yeah.
pulled it off the shelf. How many people do you think have gotten that vaccine?
Oh, probably like 18, 20 million? I don't know.
No, in Canada.
Oh. We had 60 million
In-
so far,
in,
so what,
uh,
3 million? 4 million?
No, in Ontario, okay? In Ontario, how many people got it?
Okay. 2 million?
No, dude.
No.
Not, even
500,000.
not even 2 million people are vaccinated in Ontario.
16.
651,000.
So 651,000 and 8 people got it. I mean, that's not very good. That's not very good.
If you had $651,000 and someone stole $8 from you, would you
That's
notice it?
Yeah, because
Nothing.
how am I going to buy more
And
Dogecoin?
0 people have died from that.
The problem is that people are like, this is the thing. Everyone is so scared of just getting the. Okay, I have never been scared of getting a vaccine before. I have never been like, oh my god, I'm gonna have some crazy side effect from this. This is the only time in my life where I've been like, oh man, like I really hope nothing happens. to
Yeah,
me.
because it's just everything's so over.
Yeah, so when you have-
Well, we know someone that, like, right in
overhyped.
front of them, someone passed out
Yeah.
after getting the
One
vaccine.
of my buddies went to get his vaccine at work. He works for Amazon, greatest
Let's
company in the
dox
world.
him. What's his address?
And he went there.
First name, last name,
as he
address.
was taking a seat on the chair and getting ready to get the needle in his arm, the guy in front of him passed out clean on the floor.
So
Not
at
blacked
that point, how
What are you gonna
confident?
think
How
then?
confident are you?
out. Yeah, like I'm out of there at that point. No, but
This is my
It's-
thing though. I saw when I walked in there. There was 80-year-olds getting this vaccine. There's old
Really?
people getting. Yeah, there's still old.
everyone
people
when I went was about 18.
I remember
19.
there was old people. There's people that were in wheelchairs and stuff, and I was
Me, it was
going,
all
man,
old
this is
people.
crazy.
I got asked at least 5 or 6 times.
Oh,
what
Ali, why
makes
don't you
you
tell us the
eligible?
story about how you got your vaccine so early?
No,
I
I'm
thought she
not
just
doing
got her
that.
vaccine.
No, she got her vaccine
Like a
months
month
ago, dude.
Okay, 1 month ago.
I think we have someone breaking the law.
No.
I was pre-read. I
Oh.
got my vaccine before my
No.
appointment date.
Yeah, because you
Before?
got one of the
I
clinics.
went in there and I said, hit me in the neck with it. They said, what arm do you want it in?
Were you worried?
I was
Honestly.
not. I was literally not. Now
When you sat
after I
down,
got,
there was no party that was like, man, I hope nothing happens.
no, I was like, let's get this.
Okay,
No,
what
I
about
don't
you?
believe
No, because
that.
they said when they told me I was getting the Moderna one, I was like, hit me in the neck.
Okay, but what
I said, you might as well hit me in the neck.
Well, mine was like a month ago, and like a lot has changed in a month, but like back then, yeah.
When you sat down, what did you think? Please don't kill me.
This is the end of the road.
No, like I was just like,
I was in the car driving
out.
half. I said, not gonna wake up tonight. It's
It
crazy.
was like a combination of I'm so grateful to be getting it, but also like a little bit.
Yeah, same here. I sat down and I said to myself, man, I hope I don't get one of these things that happens.
No, and that's probably why you got all these symptoms after you got it. You
Okay,
got
but-
all hot because you convinced yourself. See, I went out of there going, I'm done. I got it, whatever. I was so happy, and then I got nothing.
No, my symptom hit me probably 6-7
People
hours
say 5,
later.
6 hours later they get it. I didn't
Yeah,
get it.
mine was about
Yeah.
7 hours later.
They
and I
say
just got
they
so
say when you
hot.
get the reaction though, it's good. It means your immune system's working.
Well, it's
Yeah,
actually
that's what I've
there's a
heard.
double-edged sword to it.
But
so
the
there's-
thing
I
is,
mean,
if
I
you
know
don't
there's-
get it, it means your immune system's like Hercules, like mine.
There's two sides of the spectrum. They say that the people with weak immune systems are not going to get much side effects because their body is just not strong enough to really counter it as hard to the point where it's fighting back, basically.
Yeah.
Mine, I guess, I have Hercules' internals here.
because I also heard that 25% of people experience nothing. A sore arm is a side effect.
A sore arm is a side effect of any needle going in your arm, basically.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, when I went there, I sat down and the guy was asking me.
So there's no fear.
No, I don't.
At
want
any
fear.
point in that day, you had no fear.
I told him to hit me in the neck, dude.
I don't believe that.
I wasn't scared at all. I literally wasn't scared at all. When they called and said, "Can you come by this time?" I said, "Absolutely."
They
Well,
called
yeah,
you.
I booked the first available appointment I could possibly get.
Yeah, no, and then but it wasn't anything like before I left because I knew I was getting it. Before I left, I wasn't like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want this vaccine." I was like, "I'm gonna get this vaccine." And then when I got it, I sat in that chair after, passed out, had a seizure. When I woke up, I was perfectly fine. No,
Up in
when
the
I
hospital.
the only time was when I sat in the chair. I was like, I should be feeling something. I was telling myself I should be feeling something, and
Why
when you
would
tell
you be feeling
no, when you tell yourself that, you can almost convince yourself you're feeling something.
What's a placebo? You
Yeah, but I didn't feel anything.
Something.
Yeah, but then so I was like, I think my arm's getting kind of sore, and then as my arm got sore, that's when I started getting lightheaded, and that's when I
Wait, you
dropped.
start getting lightheaded?
And then that's when I dropped.
Okay.
No, I didn't get lightheaded.
Did any of
I
you
sat there
guys
for
see
15
anyone
minutes.
have adverse reactions?
No,
No one passed over either?
No.
It's crazy. I thought
that's
that I was
called
gonna
that's
see
called
people.
that's called the nocebo effect.
What is that?
That's so placebo is when you I don't know the difference between placebo and nocebo. I know.
So you know nothing.
No, nocebo. What nocebo is when you convince yourself you're having
No.
side effect.
So there's a
no,
natural
it's not,
response.
Hold on. Don't say no. That is what nocebo is.
No, because there's a natural response that people get. I got it for 2 years. Whenever I got a needle, it would make me lightheaded.
That's what he was. It
would be
thought
shaking.
it was flight.
No, because it happened randomly. Because I had needles for years and years, nothing ever happened. 1 year I went, I was like 17, 18. I got a blood test, and I almost passed out.
That's that's blood test. That's not nocebo or placebo. That's a real thing.
No, but that's
fight or flight.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
You
I'm
don't,
saying.
but you don't get fight or flight from vaccines.
Yeah, you can't because the needle hits your
No,
arm.
okay.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's from the blood loss. I got fight or flight once during a
because I
vaccine.
also okay, so
They
it happened
said
the first time
they
I
said
got
you can
blood.
stand up, and I said, all right, cool. And I stood up, and I said I should probably sit back down.
No,
She said, why is that? And I
you're
said,
misunderstanding.
I think I'm about to faint.
No, see, I got it
That's
the
what-
first time when I got blood taken. The second time I got a vaccine to go on vacation, and the third time I got more blood taken.
No.
It just happens.
What the first time was from a blood test?
The first time was a vaccine at the walking clinic here.
What vaccine were you getting?
Whatever you have to get to go
Tetanus shot
to
or
Mexico.
something? Oh, okay. Nocebo, the definition is for adverse. So the term nocebo comes from the Latin to harm from adverse reactions to medicines. Nocebo implies that patients are more likely to experience an adverse effect if they expect or are worried about the adverse effect.
Yeah.
So if you go in there going, crap, I hope I don't pass out. There's a good chance you might pass out because you're going to get it. You convince yourself you're passing out.
Yeah, but there's also just a natural thing that some people just pass
No, but
out
that's the
needles.
thing. So what I'm saying is, when you got it after the first one, you might have actually had an adverse effect to that first time it happened. But then you convince yourself the rest. It's like now, anytime I get blood
But it
tests,
stopped.
yeah, because you eventually just realize it doesn't happen and you stop. Every time I've gotten a blood test, which is only once since that time, I went, I should probably lie down for this because I have a thing of almost passing out, but I don't.
So you're a big pansy.
No, I stood up and I told him, take it while I'm jogging.
One time I went to the hospital
comes
to
up
get some
quicker.
blood taken out during this these couple years that made me really lightheaded. So she took the blood from my arm and all that, and she said, "Okay, you can go back to the waiting room."
You went to get blood test. You went
I
to
was
get
at the
blood
hospital.
taken. Why were you at the
I
hospital?
was at the hospital for something else, and they were just taking my blood. So I get up off of like
Okay.
the I don't know, like the patient bed thing, and I guess
He had a real
she
weird
didn't-
lean to him.
she didn't ask if I was okay or anything, and I was like, whatever. So I'll try to get up. I got up, and I could see only the smallest hole, the smallest hole where I was going.
That's what happened to me when I got that blood test. She said you could stand up, and I said,
Oh my
"That's weird. I
God.
probably can't though." And I
Yeah.
stood down, and then she said, "What happened?" I said, "I think I'm passing out." And then I put my head down, and couldn't stop sweating. And I looked up, and I could see a pin. I could see the tip of a pin. I was like, "That's crazy." I couldn't see her or anything. I was
Yeah.
just there.
So I literally hobbled back, and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I just got a little lightheaded when I got needles." And she's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And this lady was probably 4
But this
foot
is the
7.
thing, you don't know.
Yeah.
They always say, "Why don't you tell me?" It's like I've never had an adverse effect to this in my entire life. What are you talking about?
I mean, I did, but I just didn't really think of. I don't know.
Now I lied straight up to the COVID vaccine guy. He said, have you ever? Well, but he said to a vaccine. I've never had one to a vaccine. Just one blood test ever. The rest of them have been fine. And he said, because I struggled on it for a second, I said, no, I'm good. And he said, I'm basically just asking if you're good with needles. And I'm like, I'm great with needles.
I
But
love needles.
don't play with blood tests.
Listen, I love
When
needles.
you start popping a liter of blood out of me, that's when I have a problem. I look at it and I go, how much more do I got in
You
my
should get a
system?
tattoo, and you should see if you.
I got a tattoo.
have
I'm
it.
getting a tattoo here. It's gonna say I got my vaccine.
Hashtag vax.
Vax.
Vaxxed. I'm
Um,
gonna get a teardrop, and I'm gonna say that's my.
what do you
vaccine.
think of the? What do you think
Every
of them,
dose I get, I'm getting another teardrop.
What do you think of them putting a lockdown to another? Well, I guess 2 weeks longer now.
This isn't my thing. We should never be in this position because what should have happened at the beginning, a year ago, is that we should have done this stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's a year ago.
Yeah.
They should have closed off the. I don't know why international flights just got banned. I don't even know if they're fully banned.
So I don't know if they're fully banned, but I know that you're able to fly to Buffalo and walk across the border.
Yeah, you can literally walk across the
You
border.
can walk
That's
across
the
the border.
loophole, and then you don't even have to go into
Nothing.
the.
You can literally just come in the
Yeah,
country
you come into the country and you quarantine for 14 days.
if you
But
want.
you don't have to quarantine in an apartment.
If you want to
Yeah,
quarantine.
basically.
Yeah.
But this is the thing is that's why it's important to get everyone their vaccine because nobody's going to follow these rules pretty soon.
No one's following the rules already.
I know, but that's what I mean. That's why everyone needs their vaccine.
Yeah, that's why this is what
I've been telling.
Because the thing is, when they give you the vaccine, now they can have full control over you because they have the chip.
You support the lockdown, don't you?
I don't support the lockdown.
Well, To
I
me,
support
like,
vaccines.
I'd rather that than just opening absolutely everything and it going
Yeah,
crazy.
but-
No, but they did that in
Even
Florida
crazier.
recently, and Florida's cases are down. It's totally
Okay,
ran
I
its
don't
curve.
believe anything coming out of Florida.
Why? It's not communist China. I told you this. The information
China,
you're getting is the information
China,
you're
if
getting.
you, China
This
has
is not
fake,
communism. You can see the statistics. You can look at it.
China has fake
Our
cases.
statistics aren't even accurate, really.
But that's because we suck at.
That's because
taking
we're doing a
statistics.
terrible
We're just
job.
poor. We're a third world country as far
I
as.
don't know.
This is the
Florida's
thing.
a little sketchy.
This is the thing. You can't keep people
Just like-
locked in their houses for 2 years.
Okay, but this is the thing.
You can't.
Hold on, this is the actual thing though.
I agree.
No, this is
Is
the actual
there's going to be a back-to-back pandemic, and it's going to be like the flu pandemic because people are going to have no immune systems.
Yeah,
all
because
those
you have no immune
little
system.
babies
Oh, the
born in
kids
the
are
past year. Oh my god,
they haven't left the house.
But
They
this is the thing.
literally
If they
have
did
it.
this last year, there's a potential that we would have been in a way better situation.
Well, you know,
we
this
got
is
an
what I
audience,
was-
live audience.
This is what I was saying. So, we how many months did we do curb for?
I have no clue. I never
No.
didn't.
Curb continued. I think it went about 8 months. Okay,
I
so that's
don't
$2,000 a month, and it was pretty lenient. Like you could get it
Mhm.
pretty easily.
Yeah.
Okay, if we had taken, apparently we spent like hundreds of billions on this. If we had taken hundreds of billions of dollars and applied it to
My
keeping,
bank account.
yeah, if we had applied it to like giving people groceries and stuff like that, and then said you can't leave your house for 2 weeks, we would be better off. Or we could have taken those hundreds of billions of dollars and put it into the healthcare system. So instead of them saying we need more funding, we're being overworked, this and that, we would have hired more nurses. We would have
didn't
brought in more
even
help.
need to tell people to stay on their houses. We needed to just close off international flights last year at this time,
Well, yeah, if we had done that right off the bat,
it would have never gotten this bad.
If no one came from China and no one came from any flights previous where had been exposed in China or Wuhan, China, if no one had been exposed there, came back here, gave it to his family, and then flown back in or anything like that, COVID would never have happened anyway.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just
It wouldn't have, because if they couldn't get into the country, how was COVID going to get into the country?
There's just too many small things like international students having to go home.
Well, yeah,
or
that's the
come
problem. Go let 'em go
back,
home.
Like, there's-
That's the problem. That's
or
obviously
international
why they
students
couldn't
from
do
other
that.
countries
yeah,
having
but
to
this is
come
the
home
thing
here.
you could basically restrict 99% of flights, and then they should have set up this hotel.
They should have had the hotel then.
Back then.
Yeah. And
they
So
should have
if you're a
quarantined everybody.
student, you get 2 weeks quarantine. I don't care. Back then, because back then the testing sucked, right?
Yeah.
So regardless, if you're out there, you have to do 2 weeks in this thing. Back then, I don't know why a year later that was a thing. Now look at the position we're in.
Yeah, if they had done that, if they had closed everything down and been really strict, and then had everyone coming in 2 week quarantine maximum security quarantine. So the people helping them couldn't get the COVID. The people helping get them food, all that. If they were super careful about it, we would have had no COVID cases essentially.
But this is
Because
the thing is,
we
I
would
don't
have
understand. They just have the dumbest rules now. Where now, like, you can't go to Home Depot.
Well, because
Why
now,
can't you go to Home
because
Depot?
now they're Mr.
Costco and Home
Doug,
Depot are the same
Backwards.
thing.
Canada's just doing it backwards.
we're doing the worst in North America. This province
we're
is doing
the
the
most
worst in North
locked
America.
down in North America too, and we have the highest per
It
capita
makes no
infection
sense.
rate
It
because
makes no sense.
we were idiots, and the leader is just
Doug
Doug Ford's
Ford
an idiot.
wants to extend it for what? So he's extending it because he feels like people are going to be
This is
upset.
the thing. He's extending it because he screwed up last year, and he's got to cover his ass. And he was talking about wanting to be the prime minister last year, and everyone was
He's
giving
never
all
making
this
that.
credit.
He's getting
last
kicked
year.
out of office for
Never.
sure.
He's done. He made a crucial mistake.
He made a
Pissed
fatal error.
A fatal error. That's
He
what
made a
it is.
huge fatal error. The problem is now I don't know what he's doing. Like I don't know. It's not working. Evidently.
Well, you can open golf courses. You can literally open golf
okay, but
courses.
now we're doing strange things like we're taking down basketball hoops, but we're
I know,
leaving
but
up volleyball.
but that's what I
nets.
mean. We're closing golf
Well, that's a
courses.
whole racial
We're-
like,
But
controversy.
what is who is making these decisions and based off of what information?
They're also not letting
Like the
curbside
different
pickup from every store.
City
What?
Yeah, they
councils.
said like clothing, like it has to be essential curbside pickup.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. And
But
which makes
what's
no
the
sense.
difference? It's curbside pickup
I know.
regardless.
I don't. Okay, so
But
this is
and
the
then they
thing.
did all this, and they're extending these lockdowns and stuff, so people are out of work for longer. And they don't have another government subsidy program. The
Yeah, because they
Curve or
closed it
CERB
down.
or whatever is not around
Yeah, it's
anymore.
gone.
So how are you telling these people they can't work? And then
And not only that,
they ran out
but
of EI already, probably.
you don't understand
Or I don't know how
that
that
these
works.
like there's a large portion of people who are like people who lost their jobs and stuff. Like it's horrible and stuff like that. But imagine like losing your entire company that you worked for the past 10 years to build because this guy fucked up for two straight years. I mean, and he fucked up. If you go to any downtown area of cities, small cities and stuff like that, everything's closed down. Like not closed down, they are shut down, will not open again. They're out of business.
Yeah, they're done. Go to a mall in a city with 100,000 people. Don't go to like a major city mall. Go to a mall with
go to like a smaller mall.
Yeah,
and everything's closed.
They're
all the companies
out of
moved out,
business.
and it's so bad. And it's
so
not looking.
bad,
And it's
dude.
not
This
looking.
is high IQ. This is so bad. Imagine Justin Trudeau went up there and was like, "And what's happening right now is so bad."
But it's not getting any better because the only thing that we're relying on now, because what it seems like he's going to do, it seems like what he's waiting for is everyone to be vaccinated.
Yeah,
Pretty
but they're
much.
still not rolling out these vaccines
Yeah.
like they
All,
should.
like,
I was
because-
on the pre-register list for 4 months, working every day or whatever, and I never even or 2 months, and I never even got the slightest of
So
anything.
we have, I think I read it today, we had something like 36 million people with the first dose in Canada.
There's no way. We only have 36 million people.
That's a good point.
There's no way.
That information doesn't make sense.
So where'd you get this from? Snopes?
No, I saw a news, I was reading a news thing. What is the actual information? I need to know now.
So the amount of Canadians that are vaccinated right now. Vaccinations worldwide. We're at 15 million.
Okay,
Half
so
the people.
15 million with the first dose.
Hold on. What?
What?
Oh, COVID-19. This is Canada by location. Oh, worldwide. So we got to go Canada. I from Canada. So total vaccines in Canada are 16.3 million. 1.2 million are fully vaccinated. 3% of the population are fully vaccinated.
Yeah, fully 3% of the population is fully vaccinated. So it's
Hold on,
taken us so many months.
97% of people are not
Yeah,
vaccinated.
so it's taken us this many months so far, and we only have 3% of the population fully vaccinated.
And we got our...
If they keep it up like this, by the time that they let us out, it's going to be 2023.
Canada was, look at the United States going crazy. 262 million vaccines given. 116 million fully vaccinated, 35% of their population. And they have 300 million people. We have 35 million people, and 3% are fully vaccinated. We can't. Why are we chirping America for any of this stuff?
No one's
It's
chirping
embarrassing.
at this point.
No, Canada was chirping America
Well,
hard
no, they were,
last
but
year.
now everyone's looking at it like, what the hell is happening? We cannot lock down the entire country. We cannot lock down businesses and restrict everyone from doing anything for another year just because they couldn't get their shit together. They need to figure out another way to do it.
Yeah, well,
Like, they have to.
it's pretty unbelievable what's going on.
People are not going to, like, okay, you think it's like, oh, but you don't want to die from the vaccine, or you don't want to die from not getting the vaccine and catching corona, blah, blah, blah. Do you know how many people are probably going to die from suicides, drug overdoses? Do you know how many mental illnesses?
Other illnesses though that are going to be spread from weak immune systems.
Like, there's going to be so many deaths, and there's going to be so many problems that come from what we've been doing. If you think that people can be healthily locked in their houses for 1, 2, 3 years, you have no idea what you're talking about.
It's pretty crazy to think that it's been a year that we've been locked down.
Over a year.
It's been over a year. Like, we've literally been locked down.
Yeah.
A year of your life that we're not supposed to leave your house except for essential reasons. Any reason I leave my house is essential if I'm leaving the house. It's essential. I don't care.
The problem is now it's like we don't trust anyone and they don't care. It doesn't seem like they care at all. Actually, I don't know who's watching this video, where you're from, but at one point our premier, basically our governor, of Ontario, he said police are going to be stopping you randomly on the street and asking you what you're doing. And then
out of everyone, the police who have been known for their abuse of power said, "No, that's going too far."
Every single police station and every single town said we are not doing.
Look up police brutality on Google. Look at the results, and then think of those same people said that's going too far. That's going too far, man.
It's to the point now where the people up top are making decisions, and it seems like they're not having any kind of consultation on these decisions. Yeah, but this is the thing.
They're telling you can't work, but they're making their full salary.
They're making full salary. They're getting their vacation. Because I don't know how many of these people have been caught.
Vacation.
So many people have been caught going on vacation.
I don't know why they're going on vacation. Don't you? Wouldn't you be smarter right now? You're under like the scope.
Do you care about your job at all?
No, of course not.
Clearly not.
You know what the craziest thing is, though? You know what the thing is, though? They don't care about the job because if they get fired tomorrow, they get lifetime pension.
Yeah, that's true.
Regardless.
Yeah.
So they make the same
severance package.
They make this. They actually gonna make more money.
So they may as well.
They make more money because they have their full pension. They can go get another job.
Yeah.
And just make.
Yeah, and it's to the point now where people who were like, if you can look at it in social media too. Back in the day, like months and months ago, like in the first couple months of the lockdowns, people were like, yeah, this is good, okay, lockdown, we don't want to get sick. Now the same people are saying this is garbage.
No, it was a it was not a. It was a. People were saying, "Oh, the liberals want people to be locked down or whatever," and blah blah blah. But that's because when we should have been locked down back then.
Yeah.
Now they're going. Look, even the liberals don't want to be locked down. Now the liberals are right about this. Last year it was, oh man, they want to be locked down. They want to lock center house. And now it's like, even they don't want to be locked down. Because last year we should have been locked down. And now we shouldn't be locked down. You can't make us pay for their mistakes a year later.
And we are literally paying for it.
What they need to do is...
We still have to pay everything that's happening. There's no, like, nothing.
We got to pay out of pocket Doug Ford's salary.
Yeah, we're literally, you know that Doug Ford has been asking people to come by his house and drop tributes into
tributes.
Tributes to him now.
Tributes. That's not been happening.
Not real. But that's basically what's happening. And then he comes out and he has the audacity to say, sorry, I may have been a little bit too hard-headed on my decisions. It's like...
But this is my thing.
Why are you still allowed to make the decisions?
Let's not lock anybody down anymore. Let's just work on getting as many vaccines administered as humanly possible.
As fast as possible.
As fast as it's humanly... If America can do 35% of the population in the same time frame, because the vaccines became available for everyone at the same time pretty much. Okay. Same time frame, we've done 3%, they've done 35%. We're supposed to be this super rich country that, blah, blah, blah. Canada's, like a tier above America as far as quality of life is what they say. That's what they say. Canada's a tier above that.
We were rated number one.
Shit, we're not.
The last year we were rated number one.
How's that working out? We're going to be behind
I haven't been outside in 365 days.
We're going to be behind India here shortly. We're going to be behind India shortly. Let's see Norway's COVID vaccines.
Norway's probably doing great.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Australia's doing freaking amazing.
Australia.
And they haven't handled.
You know who's actually doing number one right now? Israel.
Oh, of course.
Oh my!
Because you walk on the road without your vaccine.
Israel's doing number one.
Are you serious?
They're number one most vaccinated.
Oh wait, I was thinking something else.
She's thinking of the bombings.
You're thinking of
Israel. Even Norway's got us beat, man. They've given 1.3 billion doses.
Wow.
No. Hold on. I'm looking at the worldwide. Hold on. You know what's funny? We have vaccinated a lower percent of our population than the world has. The world has 4%. That never happens. That never happens. So let's see. Hold on. I'm just curious. What does Afghanistan have? Afghanistan has never given those COVID vaccine. Apparently.
Really?
No,
they probably just
never reported it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Norway.
Places like that don't really. They don't
what
have
do you
the
mean
same
like that?
lines of communication.
What do you mean like that?
Third world.
Norway's 8, so 3 times what we got, pretty much, almost 9%.
Fantastic.
What about Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan's right killing it, dude.
Oh,
Hold on, what's South Korea got?
Kazakhstan's
Or what about
Borat
North?
movie.
Is North Korea involved in this? Oh, North Korea is not. You can't click it.
What do you mean? Why can't you click it? You don't think Kim Jong Un? I bet you they're doing better.
For sure. They don't even have any COVID there.
That's because they burned it all.
Yeah.
Alive.
What does Saudi Arabia got? Saudi Arabia hasn't reported. Well, they've given 10.8 million doses. You'd have to do the math on how many people they have. They probably have
But I don't know. I can't keep up with this. I can't keep doing this. I don't think a lot of people can keep doing this.
What my thing is let's lock us down for another 2 years. And then we'll see. And then we'll see where we're at.
Well, this is the thing.
Hold on. And then we'll see where we're at, and then we might go another 2.
And maybe because this is
but
what he does.
This is I don't understand. The thing is,
this is what he does. He goes, "We're gonna lock down just precautionary for 2 weeks. We're gonna see how it goes." And then he goes, "We're gonna after 3 days." He's like, "We're gonna extend it another month."
That's what they did. They did it literally after like 2 weeks. They said we're gonna go another.
He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go another month." And now.
This is the second extent. It was supposed to be done May 4th. Then it went to May 16th. Now it's June 2nd.
Yeah, we were literally supposed to be at a lockdown like a month ago.
Let me tell you what it's going to do. It's going to go June 16th, and then it's going to go July 1st or whatever. Because then what they're doing is they're going, well, fuck. If we release it June 2nd, Canada Day is July 4th or whatever. July 1st. July 1st. America Day is July 4th. They go, we can't have people out for that.
If you think that people are not going to go out for Canada Day this year out of all years, you are fucking crazy.
If you think people aren't going out for May 2-4.
I'm going to fucking go out in flames.
I'm half vaccinated.
I'm going out in flames.
No, you're not.
Hold on.
Fireworks?
If you think people aren't going out for May 2-4, people are going out for May 2-4.
Oh, for sure.
Street still's having fireworks.
For sure.
No.
Yes, they will.
I know people will, but I'm freaking not.
I mean,
I'm vaccinated. I got my vaccine.
I got my waxy.
I got my jab.
Actually,
I got jabbed.
Actually, you ever speak Greek with a southern accent?
No, I never.
Actually, Pussy.
There you go. Yeah, I got hit in the neck with. I got my first vaccine on the left side and the other one on the right.
I don't know.
Do they have to hit the same arm for both vaccines? I wonder.
No.
They have to hit the same hole.
Yeah, that's why it's such a lower number for the second shot.
Yeah, they have to be really well
if they
trained.
miss it, it doesn't count because the vaccine's
Did
not
you know
the
that they
same
gave
muscle fiber.
one vaccine clinic accidentally gave like 6 people saline solution?
Intravenous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they have to take everybody who got a vaccine that day, which is probably in the
Can you
tens of
overdose
thousands.
on the vaccine though?
Yes.
Really?
If you get too
Like, it
much
can
of anything,
harm
it
your
can fuck
body.
you up.
So how do they know the second shot's necessary? Why do we need a second shot anyways? You
Well,
don't
the
need a
second
booster
shot-
shot for flus.
The
do you?
second, yeah, you do. You get a flu
You get
shot
a
every
booster-
year.
Yeah, but that's
You're
every
supposed-
year,
you're
not
supposed
every
to get a
3
flu
months.
shot every year.
Not every 3 months.
Well, this is the thing. The only people that understand why this is the people who created it and the doctors.
That's why I'm asking you.
Okay, so when I was in
So
the
when
lab,
you're doing the Pfizer.
when I was in the lab, first of all, it was the Pfizer one was supposed to be a 1-shot. Then it turned into a 2-shot. Then it turned into a 2-shot plus you're going to need a booster in 6 months. Then it turned into you're going to need to get one every year.
Yeah. Pfizer was like the big one. Moderna's really good. Pfizer's really good. AstraZeneca, I think, is super effective.
I give
It's
him blood
very
clots?
effective at giving blood clots, but no, apparently it's super effective. It's just not. It gives you blood clots.
Well, the problem is
potentially
the-
8 people out of 600,000. I'll take my chances.
Well, actually, you know what's funny? I wanted Pfizer because Pfizer is the blue pill.
everyone wanted
Pfizer.
Pfizer or
Because I want to go
Moderna.
out hard.
Pfizer family.
I want to go out
Yeah,
hard.
Moderna and Pfizer are the 2 big dogs.
Yeah, and it's so when Pfizer comes out, they said by the end of the year they're going to have a pill that you can take to fight the COVID vaccine. So it's like a medication, like a direct medication. Like if you get bronchitis, you go to the doctor.
Not fight the vaccine.
I mean, fight the
It
coronavirus.
fights the vaccine. It basically
Listen,
deactivates
if
the
it,
chip.
if it fights the vaccine, then they have to give you another vaccine. That's
Yeah.
money. No, but it fights the coronavirus. So we're getting to a
Coronavirus.
point where these companies are probably going to come out with like medicine for it. So you don't even really need.
But
to
why
be
don't they have a
vaccinated.
flu pill?
I think it's because the flu is too morphed all the time.
True. Anyways,
I
that
mean,
is
now we're getting more strains.
30 minutes.
All right, so
we
thanks
are
for joining
completed.
us.
That was the COVID episode. We got our COVID vaccines. So we are untouchable now.
We got our COVID.
I
specialist.
walk into Walmart with a mask on, then I rip it off and I say
Oh.
I'm vaccinated.
And then you go like this.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I go fresh air. You guys
And then
don't know
you
what
get
it's
close
like.
to all the products.
Yeah.
Every time someone touches a fruit, you're like,
Yeah, I touch it. What I do is I swipe it and then I make sure.
oh yeah. You go,
That's what I
man,
do.
that's good.
Pick my nose and stuff. It's
All right, thanks for joining us on our 4th episode, right? 4th episode?
That's episode 3. Yeah,
It's episode 9 or 10,
It's
11.
episode 3. That's
Episode
what it
3.
officially is.
Remember, comment down what you'd like us to talk about, preferably something not boring, and let's see if we can hit 16 viewers.
All 16
right?
of you.
16. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Ciao, amigos.